So the EBT restrictions all over the country is starting to kick in, and the EBT crowd is melting down all over the country. Check these people out.
Yeah, that's right, Anthony. For many Jacksonville families, SNAP benefits are essential, but access to healthy, affordable food isn't always easy. With new restrictions on what can be bought, some say it's adding more challenges.
Now I'm being told what I can buy and what I can't buy, and I don't think that's right.
Rhonda Jackson is one of thousands in Jacksonville who rely on SNAP benefits each month. She says the new restrictions are already making grocery shopping more difficult.
I couldn't even get Arizona, V8 juice, or Welch's juice with my food stamps.
Under the new rules, recipients can no longer use benefits to buy soda, energy drinks, candy, and ultra-processed desserts like snack cakes and cookies. The changes went into effect on April 20th. Jackson says confusion at checkout has added to her frustration as both customers and store employees adjust to the changes.
I feel like we should be able to choose, because all food is healthy. It's whether or not you indulge in it.
All food is healthy. It's just a matter if you indulge in it.
Hey man, some people be ignorant and then they be passing it on. See, she would teach that to some kids, probably. That's absolutely not true. You're drinking Welch's juice, Arizona's. Ma'am, get some water. Get some water, because there's a saying that goes, beggars can't be choosers. If you're saying that you're in need, and so you have to go and get government benefits, then that means just that, you're in need. So you can't try to sit here and be picky now about what you need. Either you need it or you don't. If you don't need it, get off of it and let somebody else that does need it use it. It's just that simple. Let's get back into it. Y'all, if you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second, and it actually helps out more than you know. And also, if you could hype.
Okay, it makes sense. The government can give it and the government can take it away. If you're buying donuts and high sugary drinks, more likely you end up going to the hospital. And guess who's going to pay for that? The government. That's why they cut back on all these sugary and unhealthy foods. Yeah, but check out these other people. They're melting down.
So I've been dealing with this all morning. I am angry and I know that it's people who are not as diligent as I am who are probably losing their minds right now. Basically, y'all know I lost my job like almost 2 years ago now, and I've been trying to get back at the same salary point. Really, it's impossible at this point. Y'all know what black women are going through trying to get back in work.
Man.
Regardless, so I'm on SNAP benefits.
Oh no.
The letters came out today that everyone who has not met the requirements for work requirement are being kicked off May 1st. If you're being kicked off of SNAP May 1st, please check in, double tap, leave a comment. Please let me know. I just went off on the caseworker, right? Because she's like, did you get all of these 20 notices? I got every notice telling you that you need to do work requirement. Yes, we got the damn notices. Y'all keep sending them, right? But y'all send these notices with this boilerplate language. And it's basically like the way that you go and fulfill the work requirement is you either go online, you manage your case online, you go to a local office and you talk to a case manager, or I don't know what the other bet. So I'm going online. I done completed the mid-year report. And for me, it's just like, I know I have a master's degree, but I know it's people who receive a SNAP who barely could read in the first grade education level, fifth grade education level, whatever. So I go on there and I complete the report because they tell you on this website, they give you hyperlinks telling you, go here if you need to complete this, go here if you need to upload this. God, during this whole process, I don't see nothing on the website saying this is how you submit your work requirement, or click this link to submit your documentation for work requirement.
So the EBT.
That was the end of the clip. I know she's not complaining about the work requirement, because see, I love the way that the new work requirement is designed. And here's what I mean. There's really no excuse, because you can either work in order to maintain your benefits, and it's only 20 hours a week, or you can go and volunteer. And I know you can find somewhere that will accept some free labor. So that's why I say there's no excuse. But there's people who have problems with it. And if you got a problem with it, if you don't want to do your fair share, it's like, what do you want to do? Because I picked up on something very important that she said in that, right? She's on government assistance. She can work. She's able-bodied. But what did she say she was trying to do? She said she was trying to get a job back at her same price point that she had at her other job. So it's not that she can't find a job, it's that she can't find a job either at the same pay rate as the last job she left or higher, is what she's doing. So she's being selective. And if she can't get something at the same rate, then she's not willing to work. It doesn't work like that, ma'am. You have to get a job now. And while you're at that job, you keep applying and you see if you can ascend from there. But I don't care if you have to work at 7-Eleven, because right now you really don't need these benefits. And you're ultimately taking the place of somebody who could use them and who probably does need them. And you're part of the reason that things have become so regulated, because you're making a decision not to work because it's just not fitting what you want. Y'all, let's get back into it. Again, if you could like the video, only takes a second.
It's so interesting to me that people are acting as if the government hands you a fucking EBT card with like $1,000 on it and sends you on your way every month. The most I ever got when I had an EBT card and was not working was like $200 something. And when I got a job, I'm not joking, when I finally got a full-time job, my EBT dropped from like, I don't know, a couple $100 a month to $23 a month. I was getting paid minimum wage. I had tips. I was getting tips, I guess. But I shit you not, they went from giving me a couple $100 a month, which is equivalent to $50 a week to feed myself, to $23 a month. And thankfully, the EBT card was just for me, because God forbid I try to feed more than one mouth on $23 a month. But this idea that the government is handing bitches a surplus of food money is not true. It's so interesting to me that people are...
Well, that's disingenuous. If you were getting tips, that means you were working like a waiter type job. So that's not minimum wage, and you know it. But I get what she's trying to convey. On paper, probably she was making minimum wage. So she's saying, if I was making this much and they felt like I only was entitled to this much, it doesn't make sense. So I understand what the point that she was trying to make. However, what might have had something to do with it is your age and the fact that you're able-bodied. Because here's the thing. She was at one point getting $200 a month for government assistance, $50 a week. And she was complaining about that. Ma'am, it's called government assistance, not government reliance. So it was assisting you. It's supposed to pay for everything? You can't do your part because you're absolutely able-bodied. You can't make up the gap somewhere, and that's the problem. People feel like this is supposed to completely take care of everything. Unemployment doesn't even really work like that. Unemployment, you only get a percentage of your wages before. So you have to have that urgency within you to go ahead and figure something out. And it runs out at a certain point. So, ma'am, this is assistance. This is supposed to be an enhancement. This is not supposed to be the end all be all and just take care of you, especially when you're this young. Now, unless you got a disability or something, then, like I said, there's no excuse. I understand you look like you just came out of an asylum, but you seem to be able to articulate yourself very well. It seems like there's nothing wrong with you. So you're just going to have to figure it out.
Get up, come on, let's go grab some snacks before they cut them off my EBT.
I'm at Walmart right now. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. I woke up bright and early to get in here.
And I got the loudest buggy in the parking lot.
I'm aggravated. All right, y'all. Let's go get some groceries. Oh.
Leave. We gotta restock before the 20th because y'all know they taking away all the snacks.
I'm gonna get my baby some of these. Also gonna grab one of these. Have y'all seen these? I've been getting him the apples. I'm gonna get him 2 of these.
This time I like getting him these, but the apples are not peeled.
So I'm gonna get him 2 of the SpongeBob ones.
Poppy will not eat that apple if the skin ain't peeled.
Get a squash and a zucchini. I'm gonna get some of these too. I have 2 bags of these potatoes. I haven't seen the corn like this in a minute.
I don't be eating breakfast. I'll grab me one of these naked juices.
I'm gonna grab 2. This big bag right here of Sway. Get me a bag of these raw shrimp. Grab me some of these. These look good. We could get some barbecue kind too. 2 ground beefs, but I gotta get mine for the back. How the buggy looking so far, y'all? Alright, you guys. They putting protein in a lot of the food. They got pancakes too. I went overboard. I done forgot the child was living. While I was in Walmart, I grabbed a few things for the week. I want to start writing on my menu on like a chalkboard. Because I keep finding myself overcooked. And since me and Poppy don't...
That's funny. She didn't show all the junk she got. Did you? She just skipped right past it. She only wanted to show us the healthy stuff. But she definitely picked up some junk on the way. Look.
While I was in Walmart, I grabbed a few things for the week. I want to start writing on...
Look at that. See, I got a keen eye. I don't miss nothing. Look at that. She ain't show nothing when she was getting them honey buns, them Swiss rolls, this whole little stack right there. You see it? She didn't. That's funny. I'm not gonna be petty, but she definitely didn't include that in the video.
On my menu on like a chalkboard. Because I keep finding myself overcooked. And since me and Poppy don't eat leftovers, we always throw the food away. I'm feeling so wasteful. Y'all got a couple more days to the 20th and that's it. I went to the snack aisle and grabbed every snack they had to restock. They won't be able to accept no payment off that card after get up and run down there to go restock them kids' snacks. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye.
So let's do this, right? Because if you can't tell by now, some things have come down in April when it comes to the government assistance. Some things have finally passed. Let's just kind of get a good high level understanding of what people are complaining about, right? So we can start here. There's a lot going on in New York, right? And New York has some new requirements. So the federal government, i.e. the Trump administration, has implemented stricter able-bodied adults without dependent rules. And that rollout came in April 1st. So they expanded the age. So work requirements now apply for adults up to age 64, where it used to be age 54. And then also they have a 3-month clock. So if you aren't working or volunteering at least 20 hours a week, you can only get SNAP for 3 months within a 3-year period. So for a lot of people, that clock started ticking this month. And if they don't make sure that they're working at least 20 hours a week, guess what? That means that their benefits could be cut off by July 11th, by July 1st, if those requirements are met, because that started on April 1st, right? Now, when we go a little bit wider, the Section 8, just as a whole, requirements and the limits. So it basically, for Section 8 now, they have some optional work requirements where local agencies can now require work-eligible adults to engage in up to 40 hours of work, training, or volunteering per week in order to keep their voucher. Also, there are time limits. Some areas are now looking at limiting federal rental assistance to as little as 2 years to encourage self-sufficiency. And basically, it's still somewhat up because here's what I mean. This is a federal policy, right? But a lot of times it's still often up to the local housing authorities. So the local housing authorities in each county or each state or whatever, they still get to decide if they're going to enforce those new limits. So that's just a couple things just to kind of stay updated on what's kind of changed in April. But let's go ahead and get back into it.
So I just tried to use my EBT card. I'm on my way to the county building. Yeah, right here on 109th and Central. And apparently it's saying inactive. I do have food stamps on my card. So it's like, I'm coming up here for 2 things. My main reason is to get my proof of income so I can submit that through my Section 8. So I could, continue with my process for my Section 8. And then another thing is that it says inactive, like my PIN is wrong, and I know my PIN. So it's like, we're going to get in here and we're going to see what they talking about, because I can't live like this. I can't not have my food stamp card. Like, I don't know. The lady at the register, she was damn near better than what the fuck they probably going to tell me up here. She said that most likely they probably send me another card. But it's like, if they did, why didn't they let me know, like, what's going on with my food stamp card, bro? I don't know. So,
by the way, I didn't mention the food ban, right? the junk food ban because that would just be redundant. That's literally what we're watching. So
Nothing off this EBT. We still gonna be able to get the cereal. So y'all lie about that. Nah, they don't have no that kind of little bites that we get. Let me see if I want to get these because they buy one get one. But I'm gonna see what they got on the other side. Okay, so we're gonna get the ice cream sandwiches. 12 coming here for $3.99. Oh, they got the old schools for $2. We finna get these. Okay, now we're gonna get the snack cakes. And baby, when this is showed out, they got them 2 for $5. Y'all showed out when this, y'all knew what y'all was doing. Like, okay, we gonna get honey buns, and we gonna get oatmeal.
you see what's happening. You know, people trying to stock up on the snack food before it pretty much gets cut off to where they can't do it anymore, or the junk food.
I'm gonna get 2 more. I want to get the zebra cakes and the strawberry. This really tastes good. So I'm gonna get the lemon and
They stocking up like it's a zombie apocalypse.
you can't go wrong with the zebra cakes. Y'all tell me down below what kind of snack cakes y'all like. Okay, so this is what we're working with so far. Okay, so we don't drink sodas in the house. I don't buy sodas, I buy juice, but we can drink juice.
It's all the same.
Ginger ales, and they are buy one get one free. This is a strawberry fruit splash. We're gonna get this.
Oh my gosh. She done found a way to make ginger ale unhealthy. Ain't that something? She didn't just get the regular ginger ale that kind of cleans you out a little bit. She want to get the strawberry flavor ginger ale.
Cherry fruit splash.
And the cherry grapefruit. Oh my goodness.
Hold on now, because I'm second guessing now. They $10.99. I guess. Okay,
That's $10.99?
I candy like that, so I really just came over here for the gum, but I don't even see any, so I may just have to go to Dollar Tree. Okay, so next we're gonna get this big thing of vanilla cream cookies. What it says, starting.
So what that says, I can see it. I got good eyes. It says starting on April 20th, 2026, soda, energy drink, and candy, ultra processed, and shelf stable prepared desserts will no longer be available for purchase with SNAP benefits in Florida. So fairly recent. So she was trying to stock up is what she's trying to do because they have those notices. Notice the grocery stores are putting those notices out. Do you think that the government's requiring grocery stores to put out SNAP update notices? Or do you think that the grocery stores are trying to make as much money as possible by letting people know, use your stuff now, and they're trying to drive urgency so that they can still, make as much revenue as possible before it goes into effect? Because notice how she bought them ginger ales. She bought that little 10 or 12 pack of ginger ales, and it was like $10, $11. She didn't even hesitate. Let me tell you something. I wouldn't have spent all that money on that. That's not worth it. So she didn't even wink an eye because it's free money. She ain't worried about it. She got it. She know it's all there and then some. And that's what they count on. So what we can count on now is what we can expect to start seeing a lot of these grocery prices starting to go down because they're not going to be able to pay for it anymore because they're not eligible. And people like us who are responsible, we wasn't finna spend all that money that they was trying to charge anyway because they were able to charge it because people were willing to pay it because they didn't have to even worry about it because they knew that they had it and it was free and they didn't work for it. But see, when people work for their money, you're not going to just spend $10 on some strawberry, cherry, passion fruit, ginger ale.
April 20th. Okay, so I don't think I really need too much else from over here because Chip's still going to be eligible. So I'm going to go get the energy drinks real quick. Okay, last but not least, we just going to get I ain't gonna sell Celsius because they $8.99. They kind of high.
Look at that.
It's only 4 coming in.
She only getting 4 of them.
Because we getting up there now. I need some honey, and I'm not understanding why it costs so much. Okay, so this is everything I rushed and got really quick before they end the EBT. That's it. I really could have got two, but I need to stop drinking them anyway, so that's good. We are low on water, so I'm gonna get just one right now. You know, this is 3 for 13, so I'm just get one for right now. I get more when I come back.
Yeah. Listen, I pay attention to these type of things, so ignore my reactions. Listen, I be getting triggered with certain prices because I just feel like it's so outrageous, and I still remember what it used to be, and so I won't capitulate. I'm not paying all that money for that. So that's why I'm getting triggered. I mean, she can do what she want to do. That's her choice. She get what she want. But yeah, you got the wrong one. You think I'm finna pay all that money? I don't care if I got it. I don't care if I got it in abundance. I'm still gonna be looking at the value in proportion to the price, and I'm gonna just be like, nah, it ain't that ain't worth all that.
Good morning, guys. I came on here really quick while I dropped the kids off from school. And I wanted to talk about a few of the comments that been in my comments this week. So first things first, do y'all feel that because a person gets EBT that they are less than, that you are more superior, that they are bums who need help, or they are people who refuse to go look for work and don't want to get a job, or people that sit around and just want to collect government assistance and you guys are mad that they get EBT? Let's talk about it. So first,
Ma'am, that sounds like your insecurity. You said it, not me. What what's that have to do with the price and charge? Like you done said all that. It sounds like that's what's on your heart and your mind. Because you said it so perfectly. Some people have their own little insecurities, their own little thing they struggle with, and then they try to project it out on other people. Listen, hit dogs typically holler. If the shoe don't fit, then why does it bother you so much to where you gotta have that chat like that?
let's be clear. Just because a person gets EBT, throw my back window up so y'all can hear, does not mean that they don't work. Where do y'all get this criteria in your head that because somebody gets Medi-Cal or food stamps that they don't have a job? If you scroll through my timeline, you will see that I have a job. I keep a job. Just because I don't put on here every day and every time that I clock in, or when I'm clocking off, or what I'm doing, you would know that I have a job. If you know me in real life, you would know that I was born and raised a hustler. It's just naturally in my DNA. People be like, when I'm not working, how you not working and you're still going out and still buying your kids things and you're still shopping? Because it's in my DNA. It's not in me to sit around and do nothing. It's not on me to watch you prosper. It's in me to do what I need
She said we're talking about people on EBT and now it's all about her. Are we talking about you or are we talking about people on EBT? That's what I want to know.
to do to make sure me and these kids have the things that we need. Now, I don't know why y'all feel like getting EBT is just so bad. I want y'all to understand, in this economy right now, everybody is struggling. I don't give a fuck if you're a millionaire. Probably some of your businesses are going down and you're trying to figure out where's the revenue going to come from to pay the bills. Everybody is struggling. Just because I get EBT does not mean that I don't work. Does not mean that I don't pay bills. Does not mean that I don't have a debit card. That does not mean that, okay? So let's be clear on those things. So with that being said,
Well, yeah, let's be clear on this too. Because it's funny, right? People often say this as far as, oh, people on EBT are working. Listen, I've been reviewing this stuff for a little bit now. People were definitely coming on complaining about the 20-hour work requirement that they would have to fulfill every week. Why is that? If everyone's already working anyway and working a lot, y'all are making it seem like y'all working 40 hours, 50 hours. So what's 20 hours? Why are y'all complaining? Well, it's because you don't want to have to work and you want to have options. You want to be able to just get upset and quit your job, and then you actually get rewarded and then get more benefits if you leave your job. Right? I see people do that a lot of times. They're at their job acting a fool, acting like it ain't really nothing to them. And then they either quit or get fired because of their own behavior, because of their own attitude. And then they know as soon as they get fired, they're going to get more benefits Now, as a result, because now they don't have that income. Well, now you're held to something. You have to keep working. And now, guess what? If you're not working, you have to volunteer. And people were very upset about that. People were raging about that. So if you're already working, then why is that? That's the question that still has yet to be answered.
I have a debit card. I have an EBT card. I have a Sam's Club card. I have a Navy Federal debit card. I have Platinum credit cards. I have debit cards. I have AARP cards. I have what? Because I get food stamps? Trust and believe. I've been trying to get stamps in Texas half of the fucking 9 months that we've been living here, and they've been denying me. The first time I applied, they told me I needed to get state documents stating that I lived here. Came back, fine, got that. Second time I came back, they said you have a car in your name. Sell it. Left. Got a job. Came back. What I make here in Texas to pay my bills and to cover 7 people in a month, I still need help. They denied me again, said I made too much. So this time, I cut some of my hours so I can be at home more with my children.
What did I tell you?
Now let's see if I can get approved. That worked. So
what did I tell you? What did I tell you? They have the option. Now they're like, well, shoot, I'd rather just work less and then they can make up the gap and give me more benefits. She cut her own hours intentionally to see if they would give her more benefits. And it worked. And it incentivized her to now continue staying that way. So she can work more. She chooses not to because she knows that she has these benefits on this side that she's incentivized to go get. What did I tell you? I can't believe she admitted that. It's a lot of people that won't admit that. And so we got to try to fill in the gaps, and we got to use common sense. And we even have to take what they say sometimes with a grain of salt, understanding that there are more insidious motives behind it.
Instead of me being a full-time parent and working and paying taxes, y'all want me to struggle, quit half of my hours, cut my hours in half to get help with food. Okay. And then I'm still going to struggle needing help paying the bills because I cut my hours. And if I go up on my hours, you're going to tell me I make too much to get the help. But either way, the criteria that y'all basing it off of, I still don't make enough. Everybody is struggling, okay? It doesn't make us different because we're trying to get extra help. I think you guys are more mad at the fact that we can qualify to get the extra help versus that you can't.
No. You didn't qualify. You cut your hours to qualify, remember? And see, that's the problem. Because people are designing their lives and crafting their life plan around the benefits. The benefits always have to be in the equation. So that's why you get caught in this gridlock where it's so tight and there's no room for nothing else. Because the benefits not existing, you not getting this free stuff isn't an option. And you intend to get it for as long as they will possibly give it to you, i.e. infinitely forever. And that's the problem. You literally crafted your life. You would, if the benefits didn't exist, you would work more hours in order to make that up and in order to take care of you and your family. She's talking about, I cut my hours because I want to spend more time with my kids. Ma'am, it's not the taxpayer's job to fund you being able to spend more time with your kids while everybody else works and sacrifices time with their kids. I can't believe she just came on here and admitted these things. And she thinks that she's right, ethically.
Are you mad that you're in a position to where the state is just telling you no? Or are you mad because you're in a position to go in there and tell the people all your business? Because I don't go in there and tell them all my business. They're going to have to figure it out. They're going to have to figure it out or find it out. And when they do, I'll be like, okay, yep. But what they don't know won't hurt them. What they don't know won't kill them. But also, they need to know that what we're having in America as far as wages is not getting us by. Don't think because somebody is on housing or Section 8 that they don't work or they don't pay rent. I want y'all to know, if you get housing or Section 8 and you have a job, do you know how much your rent is going to be on housing or Section 8? You might as well just get off of it and pay regular rent, because they're going to base, if you have children that's grown, like myself, if I had a child in the house that was grown, and if I got the assistance, they're going to base that assistance off what me and her bring into the household. So our rent's still going to be regular price. So stop thinking that government assistance is for people that just want to be lazy. There's people.
Look, even when her child gets grown, and then now they'll have two incomes, because they'll finally have two incomes, because apparently there's no man in the house. They'll finally have two incomes, and she's still basing it off of government assistance. You're telling me that you and another person with two incomes, keep in mind, she cut her hours. Y'all can't survive together? Well, that might mean you need to lower your expenses, but I think that y'all can. But because the benefits are still in the equation, it wouldn't make sense.
People out here getting up every day, that's working, taking kids to school, hustling on the side and still not getting by. So I came on here crazy and all, and I'm gonna drink the rest of my coffee, and I want y'all to know, stop trying to look at people and downgrade people. Yes, I have Louis Vuitton. I had Louis Vuitton before I applied for food stamps.
Oh.
Okay? I have
wow.
Chanel bags. I had the Chanel bags before I applied. My husband actually gave me those things. I'm no longer married, so I need help. So mind your business, and when y'all come in here, oh, her nails done. Show is they're gonna stay done as long as I can afford it. I have bangles, jewelry. I love it. I love diamonds. Love it. So what? Does that mean I don't need help? Or does that mean these things could have got given to me as gifts?
But my thing is, how do you know you're going to need help by the time your kid is an adult? Her kid is still a kid right now. Do you notice that she still factored in food stamps and government assistance into the equation all the way out into when her kid is finally an adult? Did y'all pick up on that? She still factored it in, the fact that she would have it and be depending on it all the way up until her kid actually becomes an adult. She thinks she's thinking long term with her still having the opportunity to receive benefits. I'm curious, what are you doing now to not need them? Nothing, because we just seen what she's doing. She's actually cutting her hours in order to rely on them more, where she could be seeking opportunities to be able to start getting ahead. But if the government assistance and the benefits aren't in the equation, then it's not going to make sense to her until ultimately she's forced to have to start being more self-reliant, which is starting to happen. But what it appears is she's not getting the memo. And see, a lot of people are late to understand what's going on. It couldn't be more clear cut, in my opinion. But see, some people just have to go through it before they really understand what's happening. And she's just gonna have to pick up the pieces when it happens, because it's very clear what's happening. This is not the time to be cutting your hours. This is absolutely the time to be trying to make sure that you have a sustainable career, profession, whatever, making sure that you're putting into your retirement, whatever. Did y'all hear me at the beginning that in some places the retirement age, or excuse me, the age of when you can start collecting certain benefits went up a whole decade, went up a whole 10 years. It was 54, now it's 64. You don't think other things can happen? It's very clear that this could just be the beginning, and it's going to be a progression to moving away from these things. They're already trying to get rid of 40% of the funding that goes towards federal government assistance. But some people just got to learn the hard way. Y'all, we're going to leave it there for today. If you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second, and it actually helps out more than you know. And also, if you could hype the video. Hype is a new feature that YouTube offers where it helps smaller content creators like myself. And basically, when you hype, it actually pushes us to the extent like it pushes the larger content creators. So you just press the hype button and it shows the points. And since I am a smaller channel, we actually get more points per hype. And your hypes actually go further when you support smaller channels, because you only get 3. And also Patreon's link below if you want to see self-improvement content as well. But until then, I'll catch you in the next video.